The reason why was because when I came here, I saw that okay, we failed to break structure. This one failed to break structure. It was the one that started the move. It had its own connection from here. So started here. All of the sell. Whenever price is selling like this, and this kind of move is happening around here and it's not coming here, we know that okay, price wants to continue the sell. So it just picks
It's
here and then it's sold. And it didn't break structure. So it just started grabbing liquidity. All of this one, two, all of these top ones. So one, two. So we saw this, and then we were waiting for price to actually do something to go and take out that high because why the high has failed to do what we were expecting it to do to break structure. So that means that there was going to be no further sell from there. And so I saw this demand, I saw price go high like this, all of this. So later when I now checked, I saw that if we look at it like this one actually took this out. I use line chart sometimes to be able to refine some zones because
okay.
candle sometimes will confuse you. You know to share by you. Okay. So I use that sometimes to be able to understand what price is doing. And line chart does not count all of these weeks as part of structure. So
Yes.
it will just show you the candles, only the candle movement. So this candle, this one kind of took this one out. So when price came back, it just came back into the zone. But I wanted to see a sweep before I took the trade. If I didn't see the
Yeah.
sweep, I wouldn't take it. That was my plan. But then we had the SSL, we had all of this confirmation, all of this narrative from the beginning to tell us that okay, this was what price did and all of that. So on those three alone, it was enough to take the trade. But I didn't want to like put my head inside hot water when I saw that price was selling. So I just left it. So then later we had price come into this zone. It was the breaker block. So all of this happened. It broke, tapped, tried to tap again. Another SSL was forming here. So we know that for sure price is going to tap here. So it tapped there and then went up from there. We broke this one. So we broke it, price tap into this one. It wanted to take out this I too, but it failed. So it sold down and bought again. And probably next week we should be expecting to see price maybe come around somewhere here. Somewhere like here. Price might come here next week. Maybe we might buy from there. I'm not so sure. Because we are still bearish. But we are expecting bullish movement sha, to take out this high. If not this high, to take out this high at least.
Okay.
So that was that one. So that whenever price is not able to take out, whenever price is not able to take out a high or a low that it is supposed to, it usually happens like that. That price will come and take it. So in this case, this low failed to break structure. It just tapped into this place
Yes.
and immediately began to reverse. And when it started reversing, one thing is for sure, price will have to come and sweep this low because it failed to break structure. And so price took it, swept it into this demand zone. I was telling someone this morning, I said that there is heavy demand in this area because number one,
Mm.
price came down here. It hadn't even touched this one. It came down here, touched into this place, and then went up. And then it came back there a second time. It hasn't still not touched this one, which is the demand inside here,
Yes.
which is the demand inside here, this place. And price is already moving again. Price is already moving again. See all of this. So I was like, my God, if price comes back there by mistake, that
For
it's
that
possible
decision.
that when I get my entry there, I'm holding it to the moon
Okay.
to be sincere. Because
Because it has not tapped demand and is
it does not
going
have
up to
demand
this
and it's
extent.
already moving like this. It don't jump like two
Mm,
times. So
mm,
that was what I was just saying. So what made me take this entry was because of the fact that we had already taken this low, which was the target that we were expecting price to take. So already took this low. So after taking that low, the next thing we should expect is that okay, what will price do from there? So most times you should expect that price should reverse back. And this time around, price now has more reason to reverse back because why? Even this one that came down that okay, oh, I want to go and take the low that started this whole thing that came down from here. Even self, it did not break structure. So
structure.
it did not break structure. This eye that was
Yes.
created here, it did not break this structure. It just swept it. It only swept its liquidity. Just like this
Okay.
low here went to create the high and swept liquidity and came back. That's the same way this particular high failed to break this structure here, to break this low. So it just swept the liquidity there
And it's going
and
back.
is now going back. So I guess now,
Breaking structure, that means it will go down completely.
yeah, if it breaks
And
structure, that means that it is going to continue the same. But when it takes liquidity, it just means that okay, we only went to go and pick and take something small and then
mm,
we are going back. Like when you're to all of this kind of race. They will run to a
mm,
particular edge and then they will run back. They will run back
mm,
again, run back. So that was what price did there. He just came here to come and grab small liquidity. And then we began to see that okay, demand was starting to assert their presence. After all of this sale, we saw that there were some buys and price bought, tapped into here, came down again, tapped into this, move up. So we saw a shift in this structure here. Why is my trading view slow? We saw a shift. We saw a shift here. And you understand market structure shift here?
yes, sir.
Okay. So we had a
Change
shift
of
from here. We saw that okay, price did not come here to sweep this low. It just tapped in here and then bought. So we saw all of this happen and price was able to eventually break and take this high. So that was telling us that okay, the buyers are in this market and they are serious about getting into the market. And we now have confirmation already because the high failed to break the low. So you should expect that okay, price is bullish. So that was the reason why I took it. And I saw this one as inducement because price has not actually tapped into demand yet before it moved.
yes.
Had not tapped
So that
demand
was where
before
you
it moved.
placed your interest
Yeah.
at that demand.
So I just placed my entry here like this.
Mm, mm,
Just place it like this. The reason why I use this one because this one was the one that tapped recently into this one. And all of this occurred around here and they went up. I had to refine my POI though using higher time frame. So I first looked at it, I was like, okay, 4 hour, what do we have? 4 hour, what do we have? We saw that okay, price sold down heavy from here, and then some rejection. Buyers were telling us, okay, we want to get in here, and then they sold down again, and they bought it heavily.
buyers rejected it.
They bought it
Yes.
heavily. So they bought it heavily because the first time they sold here, we saw that they bought it and they were able to close
Yes.
bullish. Second time again they came, they tried to sell. In fact, the aggressiveness of buyers was so much that they almost took themselves out. So they came here, sold heavily like this, and they bought heavily too. And then they closed
Yes.
like that. And so by the time they came here like this, so this one take its origin from inside this one, and then it went up and all of that. And so by the time I saw all of that, I was like, okay, then we have something interesting. Looked at my 2 hour, saw that okay, yeah, we swept, and this zone is being respected. So I felt like okay, I think we have it. So on 1 hour, that was where I now was like, okay, we have a breaker, I'm sorry, other block here. I felt like okay, price might want to pick the other block area as the entry. So that was why I now put my entry. Put it around here. I just put it like this, like this. And then when I was going to pick my take profit, I was like, okay, we are still not certainly sure that price is going to actually continue to take out that high that broke, that failed to break. So I felt like, okay,
Yes.
let's just pick a liquidity here that we can use. Because I like to use 1 to 3 RR. I like to use 3 RR whenever I'm not too sure of something that is happening. But I know that there's something that is happening there and I want to be in on it. So one thing I've
Yes.
learned is that there's no market price action that will happen in a particular direction that at least will not do 3 RR. It will at least do 3
Mm.
RR. That has been tried and tested. So I was like, okay, since we have all of this happening here, there was a sell here, there was an attempt to buy, another attempt to buy, and they failed. So I be like,
Yeah.
okay,
All of this.
where can we put our entry? Let's just put our entry here. So was he here? Okay. It was around here. Yeah, I said let us put our entry here. Because buyers were
Good
aggressive,
profit.
so we will have to take out this one that was forming supply. So price just took it and that was just it for that one sha. Do you get?
Yes. Yes, I got it.
So the same thing too for EU. EU. So analyzing this one, that's why I do this premium discount one to draw that premium discount because why we're already bullish. So some people are still waiting for price to come and take this low before they actually find an entry. I can't fault them anyway because normally we have a trend line liquidity here and price should come and take it to get here. Already this low has failed to break structure. This low has failed to break structure.
Yes, sir.
So,
It must be taken.
so price has to take it. And this was the low that originally created the high. So one important thing for price is to come and take this one first before you can
And
even think
go up.
of taking all of this because this one was the one that started it. Was the one that started it. Started the move. Price was going up, and then came down, tapped into here. Didn't even really touch the demand that was here, but used the breaker block. And I said that breaker block can only be used once. You just use the breaker
Yes.
block that was here, this one, and then you just bought from there. So, and when it bought, went as high as it thought it could, and then started coming down. And that means that this one failed. So price are now hard to take it. Which price did? Took it, sank into the demand that was here, started to rally. I can't say we started rallying because it's not a rally. Not a rally. So we started to buy. So buyers tapped into it, they bought. All of this war happened there. Eventually buyers won. Boom, boom, boom. They went up. And so this was the area where I came in to see it. I saw price up there. So when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, we already have some movement that was going on. And I saw that okay, we have all of this tapping here. Price came, went up, came down. Then this one swept. This one swept the low of that one. So when it swept, That shows us that buyers were really, really interested in that zone. So they are here. They are here. They are here. Because why? Sellers tried
Because
again
even though it swept below,
to sell.
it was bought. It was
Yes, they tried to sell and they took this low, but buyers came over and took over and bought. So that tells us that buyers are here. You can
yeah.
also see that we had some form of liquidity hanging around here, all of this, all of this. This one was the one that tapped inside. This one was the one that tapped inside, tapped into this place. So this one tapped in here. So it collected the demand. In fact, just from knowing that buyers bought after sweeping, after they were able to sweep this low, knowing that they bought shows that this one holds demand. Confirmation will now be price tapping into this, despite all of this liquidity and buying. So that was that, sha. And then I saw that we had a low here. We had inducement here. So we had inducement there that had not touched into any of this demand. The rally had continued.
Yes.
So if you want to even use another inducement, we can use this. This is the first inducement. This one was the first inducement. Because why? Demand is still here. And you that you have not touched into demand, you've gone up to go and take out this high already. So this one now came, tapped into it, and tried to go up to. So that was the second inducement. And from there, we saw that um price came down. But the good thing is whenever you are able to do your top-down analysis, you are able to get better entries. Like I said, you are able to
Yes.
get better entries, and that makes that makes things better. So I targeted 3 RR on this one in particular. Targeted 3 RR, price went up and swept. Was it here? I think it was around here that I got out. Yeah, it was here I got out. So I just targeted this zone. I was like, okay, there was some sell here, the buy, sold down, bought. Then this one did not even mitigate before it sold. This one did not mitigate it before it sold fully. So it came down and went up there. So um usually whenever we take entries, number one thing that we can look at is what is the previous high that was there before price came down into that demand zone. That one will be the first
Okay.
target. And the one that was there before price actually came into the demand was this one. Was this one.
So I can as well put that as my area to leave the market. Take profit.
Yes, you can use that as a take profit. And good enough, it was worth 3 RR. So
Yes,
this
TR.
I here was the one that was created before price got into demand. So price will have to take it first. That will be the first thing price will take. And they took it. So looking at that zone, I just be like, okay, let me just get out of there at that place. And so far we've had price still remaining up, but what do we have? We have buyers struggling now. After they've taken some of this liquidity, we have buyers struggling, they were struggling, they are still struggling. Sellers are not really showing their presence. So the bots. Now next week I'm looking to see price actually come all the way down here. If it can come all the way down here and pick up.
Okay.
Because why? This was the one that initially broke this. Took all of that. So started from here though we were having demand. All of this was moving. we saw the rejection. But when we begin to see some battle occurring in a particular area, then we have to change our perspective. This one sold here, but eventually try to buy, they sold down. Look at how long this week is. They sold
Yes.
down. Then this one picked, they tried to sell again, but this one picked and bought. And then this one came out from there, bought. And so we saw all of that happening. And the good thing now is that we have some form of sell side liquidity around here. That price tells us that okay, sellers were trying to sell here and they failed. So now we now need to have a retap of that zone. We need to have a retap of that zone. I already have my trade for next week set out like that. So we have a
Mm,
tap. We need
mm,
to have a tap of that zone. And when we do, then should first target this eye. It's even 3 hours, thank God. So you should target this eye first. Target this eye first. Then what do we have again? Okay, there was rejection here. That's price sell from here. There's this sweep. Some came down there. Okay, see action. There's a form of supply around here.
that's true.
A form of supply around here. So I guess when we come back, we will have to take it out. We have to take it out. It's already 12 sharp. That's fast too. But I have to take it out. So I will still put my TP here on top of this guy.
Okay.
So I will see what price does because we have already mitigated the supply enough. Like we've gone deep enough into the supply. So I believe that we should take it out next time coming around. So that's 426 RR. Okay, not bad. That would be that one for next.
Sorry, sir. When you say mitigated the supply,
Mitigated means that it
that
has
means
already touched the supply.
okay.
Mitigation is when price touches into a supply or demand zone, and and maybe
So which of them mitigated the supply? Is it this?
this whole thing, so that this one first came inside,
Okay.
mitigated it, tried to turn back.
Oh,
So that meant that sellers were here, they were trying to sell, and buyers bought into here, and they were unable to hold it. Sellers overcame them, they sold. Sellers overcame them,
okay.
and they sold down to this place. But buyers came again. They were still willing to buy.
On the
And
bridge.
so they bought. They tapped into that same supply. And there was a small battle here. So hopefully we should look forward to if suppliers are able to overcome buyers in this zone this time
And
around,
goes
you
down.
should expect the sellers to be able to sell down into this zone and meet
That
the
demand
demand
zone.
zone here.
Yes.
And then we can buy and take
And it
them
should
out.
break
So we already
the
mitigated the
supply.
supply. And by that time, we've touched
Mm.
it too many times. And that tells us that buyers really want to buy and take out this zone. So
Okay.
that is why
Okay.
we call it mitigation, because it has mitigated it. That means it has pushed against it. Pushed against it.
And it's the same for demand zone. Once a demand zone has been mitigated,
Yes.
there's a possibility that it may break below it.
Yeah, there's a
Depending on
possibility that
how
I
you
might break
frame
through
your
it most
analysis.
times. Because we had one kind of those who trade support and resistance, they will say that there was a support here. Can you see it? They will say there was a support here.
Yeah.
The price was reacting to it. Of course, we have some form
Yeah.
of demand here. And then when price went, it got some leverage and then decided to sell. So it broke it. It broke it. So all of the demand that they have there now, price just took it. And the funny thing about when there's a demand zone and price wants to break it is that after it has broken it, it will not break it with all of this small, small type of candle. It will
Facts.
break it with heavy volume. And so that tells you that
That's
there
true.
was something there that they needed to overcome that made them use so much volume to be able to take it out.
Yeah.
So there was a demand there, and sellers had to use a lot of volume before they could have their way. So it sold there. I might even decide to change my TPE sef, because why? We don't know if price might decide to sell from here. So I'll just
Okay.
ask price. Sorry, I'll just follow price in going up there. And so if it turns from here, that's his business. So my own is just to get as close here as possible.
Okay. So one question: what you are set your price to take profit at a particular
Hmm.
place? Let's say you want to hit that last zone you just created to take profit.
I want to what?
Assuming you want to hit that last zone you just took now to take
Yes.
profit, that you say you might extend your take profit to
Yeah.
that place. What if you notice that it is not going there or it's trying to reverse? Can you just close the market and take your
Ah,
profit? Is it
the
possible?
thing is, it's dependent on the trader itself himself. For me, my trading rule dictates that if I enter into a buy or a position, see, it has like that thing has helped me like to be able to take responsibility for every trade I take. If I enter into a position, no matter what,
Okay.
I'm not going to adjust my target, and I'm not going to close manually. Once I set it like this,
Okay.
if I place it on my broker and I place that this is my entry, this is my SL, this is my TP, I'm not going to adjust my SL ever at all, no matter what happens. And if I
Yes.
place this and say that this is my TP, the only thing I can do
Okay.
is to take my TP higher. I can never take my TP lower.
Oh.
You get? I can never take my TP lower.
Mm.
And the only thing that will make me take my TP higher is because I saw something that price might get to. And that is why I adjust my TP higher. So it is
Okay.
based on the trader. It is people will call it, some people will call it discipline. They will call it discipline in trading. But that's my own rule, because I was very irresponsible before. I will see that I will enter a trade and I'll go and close manually. Sometimes I'll be scared. I'll be like,
Mm.
we price do this, we price do this or not, or not, or not. And I'll now go and close
Yes.
manually. I can now later see price will now go to where I was placing my TP before.
Mm.
So it
Targeting.
was then I decided that no, I'm not going to, because getting a trading plan is understanding yourself. You know what you do, the things you do that you don't like, that are not helping you. You know those things. And those things, you decide that, okay, you are going to create rules for them. That no matter what happens, you are not doing this. No matter what happens, you are not doing this. That you always do this and do this and do that. I realize that something about trading is that trading is not just about all of this. It's not just about all of this. If you see any trader that is
Yes.
profitable, that is making money constantly, that person has gone through a lot of psychology problems. And what are his psychology problems?
Mm.
That is fear, greed, indecision. Those three things. Those are the things that such a trader has gone through. He has gone through those levels. And fear, there is various aspects of fear in trading. Somebody can be scared of entering a trade. Somebody can be scared that price will not pick his trade and then go and buy exactly where price is at that time. Somebody can be scared of, okay,
Yes.
price is coming back down. Am I not going to sell like this? And the person will now, sell their position and take some small profits. So all of those kind of things happen. Then there's greed. Somebody will say, okay, I want to make 100 R, and they'll just take their TP like this. Where is this thing? They'll just take their TP like this as high as they can. All those kind of greed. It occurs, because some people have seen some traders that they enter a position that their RR is like 10 RR or 20 RR or all those kind of RR. And it will now be like, okay, me too, I want to be
Yeah.
like that person. They don't know that that person has looked at price. One low failed to take out an high, and that is the high that they are targeting. And it's not like they put all their money inside. Some of them will take partial profits and leave the rest to run. Somebody will now say, I want to copy them, I want to go and be like them. So those kind of things also happen. Greed happens. Greed is just one aspect. It doesn't have any branches.
Yeah.
Greed is greed. You are supposed to put your take profit here, but you now take your take profit and say that you want to make extra more money. And that is that one. Then there's indecision. Indecision, somebody will be doubting themselves sometimes. Sometimes you want to take trades and you doubt yourself, you'll be like, can I take this trades? Is this thing okay? And one other thing under that indecision is over analysis. That thing still like happened to me last week. Over analysis. You analyze and you have analyzed and played that okay, this is where I want to put my position. And then you now begin to look at another level, you'll be like, it's like there was some small demand here oh, and price was reacting from it. Shey this position we hold like this, shey I not go and move my position. So that
Yeah,
one will
that.
happen, that's for sure. But you know when it started to happen, I already found a way to curtail it. I've already said that no matter what happens, I'm not, I'm not changing that position because once I have put it, the good thing now is that when that thing was happening to me before, it was really, really worse. Because then I couldn't really take trades because I was scared of what price might do to the position that I had. And that was also a part of fear. And so I decided that okay, if I'm going to make this thing not happen again, then I will have to go and study POI, how to identify POI, how
Okay.
to find the right point of interest or area of interest. So I went to do that. I studied, I back tested, did all of those kind of things, and I said that okay, I think I'm now ready to like go back to the chart and all of that. And so nowadays, it's just keep getting better and better. So it's just to identify where has the problems, and that's what trading helps you to do. It helps you overcome all of this if you are willing to overcome them.
Wow.
Because you see people, I found somebody that who said that 5 years he's been inside trading and hasn't been profitable. I was like, what's this guy doing? 5 years of your life, you are still in this thing, you are not profitable, not consistently profitable yet. Ha! I was shocked. I was like, no, people dey. And the reason is because market will show you something about yourself. Market is not majorly about this thing. Anybody can make money with this thing. I mean, was it 3 or 4 years ago that I entered trading then as a newbie? I didn't really know very much about support, resistance. I didn't know too much about all of this POI, breaker block, all of these kind of things, or price action. I just be like, well, I see that people are making money from this thing. Let me go. And then there was $100 that was sorry, there was $110 that was remaining from $100 that I collected from my dad then to buy Luna. Luna crashed, all of the whatever, it now remained $10. So I was like, so these few people make money with this thing. So that was how I entered the market to carry my $10 and enter. And that week I made $60 from the $10. I don't sabi anything that time. Inside my head, from that $60 that I made, I was already projecting that, oh, okay, okay. By this month, by this particular time, I will make $100. I'll start making $100 per week. I don't sabi anything. And I was trying,
Yeah.
and I was still like, oh, okay. That weekend, I lost the whole money. I lost the whole thing
Mm.
because I didn't have understanding. And it was then I knew that, oh, there are things that I should know. And I went to start studying. I went to like search materials, get all of those kind of things, and then begin to learn from them. And little by little, that was where I just began to like get understanding. I began to gain understanding because I was this kind of person that if I don't know something and I want to know it, I'll go and find out materials on that thing to know everything I can about it. And so that was what I was doing because I had to leave all of those nonsense businesses of refer, bring one person, collect a small 2,000 or something like that.
In fact,
All
that is
of
a
those things were
very
like scam,
legal scam,
Ponzi scheme, all of them.
legal one.
And I
In
had done some
fact,
of them then, and I just felt like, and after that, then I tried some skills because I was like, I wanted to leave all of those kind of business, refer people and all of those. I wanted to find the legit stuff. I went to graphic design, went to web design, went to all of those kind of things. I be like, omo, now to go find person wey go dey give me gig and all of those kind of stuff. I was like, that was stressful because I tried advertising, I did everything, it didn't work. That was now why I was now like, okay, let me find something. Let me just. So that was when I came across Forex and all of that. Even there were two of us who were trying to do it then. The lady was like, okay,
Yes.
we are going to do this. Our uncle is making a lot of money from it and all of that. And we just said, okay, let us try it. So she took $20, put it in the market, and myself, I had $20 too. But I was like, okay, let me put that $10 first. Let me see what this one does on this account. And then I open another account, put another $10 inside. So the next day we now met, she told me that, Omo, I don't do again, no, now you remain for this thing. My $20 don't bust. So she lost her $20. How you don't sabi anything really and you put the whole of $20 inside the account, try to trade with
Inside.
it. So myself, I was able to make $24 with both $10 then that day. But the funny thing was that same day I lost it. So I lost the $24, shall we say $48 now? I lost the whole money because I couldn't surpass $24. I just got stuck at $24. I would lose small profit, go back to $24, lose small profit, and so eventually I just lost the money. So that was just how that one started, and since then, sha. So that has been the thing so far. So what are we talking about? So now we expect that price should be able to move up from here and then come back here. Another confirmation for this zone is the fact that a lot of battle was occurring here. We were buying, all of this. We had some buy side liquidity here. Funny, good enough, they were able to blow through. So they blew through
Yes.
it. So that means that this is now a very, very solid area of demand. And even when they blew through, sellers tried to suppress them, but they were able to find their way and go ahead with it. So that is further reason for this trade. That's further reason for this trade. So we just buy from there next week. All right. So for
Yeah.
GU, it's to better. For GU, you would expect that maybe price will touch into this area. We have price below here, up here, sweep here, here. Okay. So this zone, I'll just be watching this zone. I will not really place an entry here because I haven't seen enough confirmation to tell me that buyers are actually there. We bought. This one broke. This one broke. This one swept. This one bought. Then we had this one here. I swept here. Sold. So it was kind of like a supply. All of this happened. Okay. I might actually adjust it here. So I'll just see what happens here next week. See what happens there next week. And if I see enough confirmation, I'm going to buy from there. If I don't, I'll leave it alone.
Okay. Because so you're buying from there because at the left hand side there is a supply there, but now this demand has broke past the
Yes.
supply.
So we saw
So all those
whenever we
talks.
saw all of the struggle and we saw that these are the people who want the struggle. So they tried, they sold. So buyers were trying to buy here.
Yeah.
They failed. They tried to buy again, tapped into this one, they sold. And so if we be looking at any area, it will be here. So we saw the reaction here. They still reacted to that zone. And then here they tried to buy and sellers sold. And eventually they came and bought. And then this one came out from there. So we'll be looking at this zone very strongly next week. Because why? There was something here that was happening. And when price came here again, it reacted to this same zone. So that means that there was something there. That means there was supply there. And now that they be able to overcome that one and continue, then that means that there has to be some form of demand there.
Demand.
So
Yes.
I'll just be looking to see what price does there because I don't have heavy enough confirmation to buy from here. I don't. I don't. So when price gets there, we'll know what we'll do. I want to go through what you sent. Anyway, I'm not charging my system.
Okay.
So, where is it again? That's great. Okay. This is this price action looks familiar. Okay, is this
Okay.
GU?
I,
Is it GU?
okay.
Okay, EU. Okay,
I
yeah.
think Euro.
EU, yeah.
E.
I shall know it looks familiar because I remember when I've seen all of this.
Okay.
I remember, yeah. So that's EU. Okay. Actually, demand moved from here. It's moved from
Yes,
there
sir.
to here. So all of the demand was
Yes,
here.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. Okay. And then it moved from there. Yeah. This. Demand here. Yeah. Good. I am proud. So we had.
Thank
Okay.
you.
But something that price reacted to here though. Maybe it's a breakup block. Maybe something I don't know from there. All right. I love this. Okay. You are like, if you were to enter this trade, this will be where your entry will be and your TP will be here.
Yes, 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 sir.
Great. But this is 4 hour though. If
Yes,
you are
it's
going
4
to
hours.
hold this trade, you hold it for days.
Okay.
Because
Okay. The 1 hour. I don't know. When I go to 1 hour, it doesn't really show
what you want to say.
me. Maybe, yeah, what I want to see like this is just scattered so hard. I'm not able to gather what I want to
Yeah.
see.
The good
But
thing is that you have a knowledge of top-down analysis now, or you are beginning to more and more. Because from 4 hour, you are able to see fewer candles. When you get
yes,
to daily, you see fewer candles again. When you get to 1 hour, you see fewer candles again. And with those fewer candles, you can get more information about a particular thing that is happening. So lower time frame like 1 hour and 30 minutes just to find an entry to be able to go along with that move. So using 4 hour too is not bad.
okay,
Some people, in fact, before I used to use 4 hour to take entry. That was last year. If I didn't see any movement of 4 hour, I wouldn't enter any trade then. So I will now use 4 hour to enter. And one day I now saw that people like say I dey waste time oh. Because time dey pass for my head.
yeah,
And somebody needs to be able to make some money to be able to eat and all of those kind of stuff. I feel like if I dey wait like this, I go turn broom. But then it apply, different strategies apply to different people. So then I saw that I was able to find entries on 30 minutes and all of that. So time frame, everything about trading is personal based eventually. Because at the
yes,
end of the day, it will have to do with your personality. I was showing somebody that EU and GU trade that I took, and I was telling them, I said they were like, okay, the lady who said that she couldn't have taken that trade, that she wouldn't have seen it.
yes,
I thought I said that this thing is personality. That I've come to realize that it's a personality kind of thing because All the trades that I took this week, the 3 trades that I took this week, they were like this. They were like this. Because if you look at US 30 that I had here, no, I took a US 33 that I had here. US 33 that I took. Where is it? This one. This one that I took. It was like it too. I had my buy here. I had to refine.
I can't
Okay.
actually see it. Not shared.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. So this one, I had to like come here. I had to come here and pick this demand zone because we have been reacting to it. So
Okay.
you know, if you look at this GU now like this, you see that it's similar. That's of the way they look like. All of this kind of move.
Yeah.
Same way here. All of this. So I was like, it's a kind of personality kind of stuff because sometimes there will be kind of traits that you will take. And somebody else will be like, how did you take this trade? Me, I cannot see this kind of thing. It's personality based. And it comes with the
Yeah.
understanding that you've gotten in trading. So you begin to see this kind of entry. So this is the kind of stuff that I see and all of that. Sometimes I see where is that good trade? Sometimes I see other things. Let me just go to gold. Yeah. Sometimes I see what is this? So sometimes I see entries that I could have taken, like this gold now. There was one entry I saw here this week. I was just like, about if to say I don't see this thing, I go don't take them. And the reason why was because why
Mm.
I did not take it was because it was I used 30 minutes most times, maximum most times, or sorry, minimum most times to like analyze entries. And when I saw go do this eye came down here, it did not break any low. It just tapped into this place, which was demand around here. Just tapped into this and then moved up. So we have our discount premium
Yes.
zone here. Have our discount premium zone here. So we expect that okay, price should be able to react from this one, buy from there, and probably continue. So we had that. But at the same time too, we still have some little supply. Because price was coming all the way, slowly down. We didn't take it. Did not take it. So we have price sloping all the way down. All of these cells. This one tapped, this one came down. This one tapped, this one came down. And people are taking this trade, but I didn't. I don't really have interest so much in all of this. So it was coming down, and then price tapped into here, and then sold down. So there was a small supply here that price will react from. And it did react from it, or price reacted from. It did react from it, did all of this, came down, tapped into this demand. And after tapping into, in fact, I was expecting this low to be swept. I was really expecting it to be swept. And that means that we are having some kind of structure coming about in the market because this low failed to break anything above. It did not even grab, it did not break. So price will have to come and take it. And it took it and into this demand. And from there, this was where I now came that I was looking at the chart. I did not pay too much attention to it when I saw it because I already had interest in some other peers. So this was when I came
Okay.
into the market. It was when I came, Jare, to the chart. So I saw this candle here. I be like, "Oh, well, doesn't look like price is serious yet because I was looking for some setup, a structure, a kind of setup. And I saw that okay, there was rejection here, all of this, and price moved up here, and then this one moved up here like this, and it hasn't broken anything. So I felt like okay, we don't have anything yet. So maybe I'll come back. By the time I came back, sir, what I saw shocked me. That was when I now looked at 15 minutes. Normally, I don't usually go to 15 minutes to go and analyze. I only go to 15 minutes to find a better entry. But this thing was like
Yes.
doing the setup that I like to see on 15 minutes. So when I now came back and I saw that price already tapped here.
That's
Yeah.
the range
So
already.
price already tapped here and price swept some lows here and went and took this high. You saw all of this struggle that was happening here. And price was
Yes.
able to
It
sweep
already took the high. You were
and price was
expecting
able to sweep this
at
particular
15
high.
minutes level.
Like I was just like, oh my god. Price was able to sweep this particular high. After I swept it, there was a type of there was a sell. They tried to sell, they failed, and price bought from here. And then this one tapped into it and then went up. So that was now telling me that omo, this kind will carry demand o. And by the time I came, price has already tapped in here and had already started to move. I just be like, oh my god, okay. I had to leave it. Because if I had seen this, this would have been my entry. This would have been my entry. And I would
Yes.
have targeted this eye first. And if I wanted to, I could like target this eye. I would have targeted this eye to be safe first. Although I'm beginning to try to incorporate holding for longer, but whenever I try to hold for longer, market will now show something that will discourage me from holding for longer. So like this period now, we are bearish on all time frame, on major time frame, Jerry. So if you are holding a buy position, you cannot hold for too long because why we are not bullish overall. We are not bullish on the higher time frame. So I will have targeted this eye, price to go and sweep this eye. Probably now see whatever continues from there. So this one, maybe price will have taken it with the way I was seeing it then. Maybe price will have taken it, and it failed to break structure too. So price will have taken it. So I was just looking at that. I was looking at that, and then somebody I was speaking with was like, okay, there might be possibility that price might come here, break. And then I told the person, I said, I'm not too sure about that position. That the position is tricky. Buying there is tricky. And the reason why is because we still have some supplies here. Price might decide to react from this supply and sell down and take all of these lows. So if we now say we
Okay.
want to enter here, it will be really tricky. So I was like, let us see some confirmation first. And then I saw that price bought, and then it began to react from this area of supply. So there was supply
Yes.
here. All of this was happening. So I was still like, I'm not sure that we can hold this area. So price was now moving in a range. When price is moving just like this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down like this. This is a range. So
Yes.
wájú ò ṣe lọ, ẹ̀yìn ò ṣe padà sí. So price will just keep on moving like this. That's the range. When it begins to move in a range like that, I don't really know what the outcome will be. But sometimes we can have an inkling if we just want to risk it. If we want to risk it, yeah, sure, we can decide to take trades inside something like that. But if there's no real confirmation, like this kind of case that I didn't see any confirmation that okay, we can actually really buy, we don't take trades there. So price used this as demand. It went up, the same supply was holding, we rejected from there, came down here, this one demand. Shall we call it breaker block or something? Okay, there was a rejection here, all of this. So you said this, as came in here, reacted from there, bought into that, came back down again. All of this rejection will have been feeling like it be like say sellers are still like headstrong. So they bought into here. They bought, swept, came back into this guy because this one already tapped into this one. Came back into this guy and then price went up. Boom. And then a little retest, came back here, and then up we went, small, small battle. We didn't even sweep it. So that's when there. Eventually, we might come into here, one, and number two, we might decide to sweep this into this. We might
Yes.
decide to sweep this into this. So if at all anything is going to be used as inducement, it could be this one. It could be this one. Because why we pulled up and then we came down and price tapped down into this place. The demand that started the whole move is still here. It hasn't been touched. And this one has already done all of this. So price might come here. I wouldn't take the direct trade, sha, but it might come there. And at the same time, it could be here, it could be here. But I'm most certainly sure that if at all price is serious about moving up, then to come here. To come here. If at all it comes here, it should be maybe to like do a move like this. Yeah, go down, then go
Okay.
have that or not. So it's just best to see what price does. But just be observing that zone next week. So that was what XAE was doing. Though. I wasn't so sure of what is going to happen. So I didn't take the trade. But you can see the structures and the discount and premium zone was correctly outlined. So that was what we have.
Yes, sir.
Although you might say, Mr. Dami, what's happening? Did you not see the market structure shifts? Yes, I did. I saw it. But then, sometimes it's best to be sure of your position than to enter into a position when you are not sure. So that was also why. Just why. We just remove all of this. Uh, So this coming week, you should be looking to take this.
Okay.
You know why we are taking it?
Yes. Because the low was not able to break the was not able to break that previous.
Mm, Something like that. But when we see this,
So
so
that
that
eye,
this
yeah,
eye did not break structure. Uh-huh.
yeah, do not
So
break
whatever
structure.
happened
Yes.
here, it was not able to break structure. The major low gone self is here. Major low was here. So it did not break structure. And so we have to take it. It did not break structure. It did not break structure upward. And when it came down, it didn't really break structure again. Although this was the guy that we should hold responsible for not breaking any structure lower down. Still, this one was the short collar, line collar. So you should expect to take out this eye. And then you might see price come here. You might see price come here. Price does. Goodbye. Goodbye. We've had a progression of demand. So yeah, correct. So we've had a progression of demand. Demand has been moving, 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 moving. Yeah, I like to double check sometimes. But I'm looking at it. So
Okay.
because this thing is money. It's money that is going. We don't
It's money.
we don't if we don't take it serious, we can lose money. It's better to just double check.
It's true.
Okay. I was even looking at your chart. Came here now. Okay, so that was great. This is excellent actually. So let me open the next one. It's an excellent solution.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, look at GU2. Sit. Okay, GU. You don't even need to zoom. All of these. I love that the premium and discount is accurate. So we had that happen. Yeah, there was demand there. Then and you see that is it- okay. Price swept liquidity actually. Swept liquidity. But that was not even enough. So we have to find the culprits who did it. So he went up and swept this. So yeah, went up there, yeah. Swept this low because we had the liquidity, came into tapped into demand. It hasn't even really come into that demand. So it's like we are even looking at the same thing this week. You know, I was
Okay.
explaining GU the other time, and I said there's this demand there that is heavy. This is the heavy
Yes.
demand. It's excellent. Now yeah, I carry MJ come. Alright. This is great. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
That's great progress. So it appears you have a very good understanding of supply demand now. Is there anything you need
Try my best.
more understanding about?
I I will take note of some things and ask you in the next class.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
Not yet.
So this is the third one, yeah.
Yes, sir.
We broke structure here.
Yes,
Structure here. So it's all responsible. Came down. Was there and then we got yeah. Okay. Wait oh. What year was this? What year SPA was this? Was it this year?
It should,
This
yes,
year.
it's this year.
It's not this year. We have not entered October yet too. This is October. This is
Okay, it's
November.
not, it should not, okay. I was thinking to be some, okay, it's not this year.
I think it could be last year,
It
Sha.
should be maybe last year.
So we came down up there and then what? There was no demand here actually until this one manifested. So we had this guy sitting here. Okay. This demand almost idle. I think I've seen this price action before. I must have seen it last year. Yeah. Was it last
Okay,
year or maybe when I was back testing? Okay, I saw it when I was back testing. Yeah. It was when I was back testing. We swept here, went high, came here. This one was inducement. Didn't touch. But it
yes,
went up.
the other one.
And
Okay.
then this one came back here. Did he sweep it? Okay. He did. That was heavy demand though. So price tapped into it. Very heavy demand. Price tapped into it. If we were going to take entry, it would be somewhere around here. Because now we don't have confirmation. So price tapped into this, went up, came down here. This one hasn't touched the demand yet. We had some SSL here. Price tapped here. This one carried the demand. Went up here. Finding a very standard entry is tricky in this place unless you actually want to refine your entry. So you just like pick the general vicinity of this all the way from here to here. Just pick it from here. See.
Okay.
Do I have
Okay.
tools on this thing? Oh, I don't have. Okay, annotation. All right, so yeah, that happened, sha. This thing done. So we could have gotten an entry here. We could get an entry here, and then what are we going to target? Number one, we target this I because it hasn't broken structure. Number two, this I will be the eventual one. So we might just open two positions. Might just open two
Okay.
positions. Do you see my screen? You see my
Yeah, I can
mouse?
see it.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
This one just open another window anyhow. So we'll have gotten position here.
So I can target that first position.
Then we will have this I first. Which kind of candle be this one? Sorry, which kind which kind of brush be this? How do I even erase this now? It was WPS that started this nonsense. Oh, where they open picture for me, where I no send them. So we will have targeted this I first, and the next I will have been here. Eventual okay, oh, eventually.
Let's come back to that.
So you see my annotation here?
This is moving now. I see it
You
now.
see it? It's not my mouse, oh. I'm drawing something, oh. You see what I'm drawing?
Oh, I'm not seeing it.
Ah, WPS fẹ́ ṣe mí léṣe.
Okay.
Ó ti lọ open window
Oh,
mi. So this is what I was doing.
I was not even seeing this whole thing before.
That was what I was doing. So we could have taken entry here, around here, and then
Okay.
from there we move up. This will be our first target, and overall,
Okay.
this will be our second target. So we could just open one position from sorry, two positions from here. One to go and take out this eye, another position to go and take
Okay.
out this eye. So you saw that we took out this eye
Okay.
first. And after
Yes.
that we had price take this first. After that we had price sweep. After it swept, came back down. So normally we would think that price would come and we would think that price would come and sweep this low, but it didn't because this one already tapped into demand. So this one is holding demand. So it went
Yes.
up and then came into it. So second entry could be here. Second entry could be here.
Okay.
And then price moved from there, went up, came here, tapped here. Oh, nice. This is good. Do you know what happened here? How do I deactivate this? Okay, let me just use this. All right. So safe worse. Let me just so I know I annotate again. I know they do again. Leave me alone. Exit.
It's not giving me four
I don't like what
trade
I've
views.
seen. So it's not giving me trading view vibe. So we saw this one happen. All right. Price tab there as demand.
The screen is not
You said?
showing. The
Sorry.
screen is not showing.
I died
Yeah.
too. So price came here and then it tapped into here. And when we moved from here. Now there was all of this rejection here before it came down. So there was a form of supply around here. There's a form of supply around here because you begin to see all the rejection. They try to buy one, two, three, try to buy again, try to buy again. Then eventually they failed. They sold down. Some swept this came down here. The price went up. There was some kind of struggle here. They moved up, tapped there, went up, then here again, tapped into here. Now this is the one that actually started the move to take out the supply that was here. And it was able to
Yes.
do it. Took out that supply and even did more than took the supply. Took this one's eye, took the eye, and then the next thing is we should expect price to come back here. Because this one is not inducement. We never send them. Just went up here and took the supply. So it took the eye without actually tapping to demand yet. So this was inducement. Was inducement. Let me tempt these people again. Actually, I would love to use trading view, but I don't know the okay. Let me see. Euro USD, yeah. Oh, 4 hour. Wonderful Jesus.
That was a really bearish market.
This one was bullish. It was overall bullish.
Sorry. I wanted to say bullish. I wanted to say bullish. I said bearish
Uh,
because it was climbing up.
this one is went foul. I like that. Is it? Hmm, September, yeah. Is looking more like it. So I'm wrong. Only I should be able to bring that picture here. I think it is this one to look like it. So I'm hallucinating. If I'm hallucinating or not. I think so.
I don't think so. That one is October.
In this situation, price was selling and then began to buy. That's the same thing here. Price was selling, then began to buy. I think it's the one. 1 year, 1 year. Oh, it's not the one. Yeah, this is it. This is
Okay.
it. This was where you do discount premium. Then we added all the years. This is it. So we were here. Ice cream down here. Let's just okay. Yeah, correct. So we had this happen. There was some movement here. Someone moved here. Broke all of this, whatever was here. Then tapped into here again. Did this shoot? Okay. So it tapped into here. Went up there. This was inducement. So eventually we have to take it. Our price took it. Even though it's not so obvious. Our price took it.
Mm.
So use this as demand. Demand we did here go second. Yeah, this was it. This was it. This was it. So we tapped into there and then moved up from there. We had all of this rejection. That's already tapped. So went up, came here, went up here. We still have all of this that happened here. Tapped there, went up. So we should expect that price should come here. We mark that out correctly. Expect that price. Yeah, it did. This was inducement. Well, this was a very close
Yes.
trade. The kind of price action that market does every year is always like sometimes different. And if you don't adjust, price will just lose you and you will lose the price. So now it was just doing it close to the body. You don't even want to give anybody chance. Say, okay, give me a look at the demand here, look at the demand here. So he tapped here. This one is
Yes.
not a normal demand that we see. So he came here, tapped into here. We had this eye. We have to take this low. So our number one target. uh, was our number one target and the price went up. I said we could have entered there, so could enter here. The
Yeah.
price went up, swept this high. When it did, should expect some retracement. Funny thing is, all of the demand that somebody could pick here, they are strange demands. Price rejected here, did all of this, reacted to this, came down, price trying to buy and report. So we have our demand. If you were to ask me, this is what my demand would be. What my demand would be. So it doesn't look like he picked it. So that would have been missed entry, sha. So I think what price used was this. It used this one here. This one, blah blah blah. In fact, what he used is breaker block to be sincere. There was an hidden base there. If we go to lower time frame, we will see where it got it. So we will have gotten a better entry. I'm sure looking at it is 4 hour. So we will have gotten that. And the price went up here. Okay. It took the liquidity. All this kind of price action is strange. Oh. Took the liquidity, sweep, 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 what, and then we have this. So I wanted to take entry here, yeah, so we'll have gotten an entry. So sweep this, start sweeping. Sorry, it looked like a break, but it's a sweep. So on a liquidity grab. But immediately it took it out, it just started coming down. So it came back into this zone, the original demand. Exactly. So a good entry here wouldn't be bad. But
Yes.
having to buy from here is like buying a falling knife sometimes. If you are not careful, it can turn to a falling knife. You don't know what's happening. But still, you see demand. It's unmitigated demand. So if we wanted to look for confirmation entry of this, tap there, but here, but that this happen. So somewhere here on lower time frame, I found an entry. I found an entry, but to go and take out this I. Know why we are taking it?
Yeah, we're taking out the high because it has not broken the range.
Did not break any structure downwards.
Yes, didn't bring
It
structure.
just came down and came here, bounced from here, and then started to. When we got here, yeah, this was where I was explaining. So when we got here, we saw price that it did all of this, was this rejection, and all the supply was stopped everything from moving. Let me cover the candle. So it just stopped everything from moving all of this. Let's try to buy. The field, it sold down. And when we got there, this reaction, someone tried to sell, we bought, we swept. Whenever price is sweeping something, that thing is giving us signal that okay, looks like something might happen here. So this one was the first one that swept. It came down first, swept.
Yes.
We bought. Yeah, this one came down, swept it too. So we marked that zone. But we will not be marking the zone until we see what price has actually done around here. So we go higher after taking out that. See this in this one come here and then buy. Did you take the eye? Huh. EU price action 2022 is very funny.
No,
He
it
did.
didn't take the high.
He did.
It did. Oh yes, it did. Oh yes, it did. I'm looking at it.
That's
Very
what EU was doing the whole of
tiny.
this period. Just tiny take, tiny liquidity grab, tiny break of structure. So he did that, and then we had to come back. We shall leave this one like this. Hey Jesus, do I have OCD? I've asked myself a few times, do I have OCD? Like the way I'm so obsessive about getting something right at times. And I know that I don't really have OCD. It's me that I inherited, that I acquired the OCD. Okay, let's just leave that like that. So Isha took that one out. And then we now have this one as inducement. I believe after this one, we can end this class. Yeah, we can go ahead.
Okay,
So
sir.
we had these inducements, then price tagged into this place. Now, these are major targets. If I thought we are targeting, we are targeting here first. We are targeting here first. Targeting here first. Now talk about here. And why would we target this high? Because yeah, can't really target is not because of the fact that it didn't break anything, it didn't except here, okay, it broke this low, but there was no confirmation sell from there, so there was a market structure shift. And that's the major reason, that's the only reason why we will have any interest in trying to take it out.
Like you said, there was no confirmation. Like you said, there was no confirmation.
There was no confirmation,
Okay, even though
It
it
only
broke
broke the
the
structure, but there was
structure.
no confirmation like it was going to sell. So there was a market structure
Okay.
shift, and when there's a market structure shift, there's possibility that price
To
will go
break
and
the
take out the previous structure. So this was the structure.
Zero structure.
SI to this low. So immediately we started going up, going up, going up, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and this one swept it. The next time to expect after this one is this one. So we could just take two positions, one to take this one out, and then another one to take this one out. If it does, take it out. So you know that okay, if it does not take it out, we can put our SL here so that if price at all turns back and comes here, we can get out of that trade. So the rest just followed from there. Just digest the rest in my Leo time. So just use that. So that is what that one did. I love the way you marked out the demand zones and the premium discounts. That was excellent. So
Thank you, sir.
you said you go through material. Have you read that book?
I I will